All right, so in case you were not here on the 23rd or 24th, here's what we did today. Here is a copy of the worksheet so you can print it out at home. So the first thing I did was just give you guys a reminder of the exit ticket policy, so you can quickly read through that. Then we did do another letter from the trenches activity. The first thing I wanted you to do, you would click on this link. It'll lead you to 3 actual letters from soldiers during World War I. So the first thing I wanted you to do was just read those letters, just to kind of give you a feel for what some of these letters might have looked like. And then keep in mind as you're reading them that you are going to be writing your own letter and describing how you feel in the trenches and what the conditions were like. So then the next thing I did was, as I said, give you the time to write that letter using imagery, using things we watched in videos or the movies we've watched. And the rest of the instructions are here. Basically, you can just make your own persona. You can be yourself, or you can make your own character and act like you are in one of the trenches. You're writing a letter home to your family, a loved one, a friend, something like that. So just be creative with that. Then we want to look into why the US did enter World War I. So the first thing I have you doing is reading this document from President Wilson at the time as to why he wanted to stay neutral. You can click on the document here to read it, but it's saying why he wanted to stay neutral, why the country should stay neutral, and why the citizens in the country should all feel that way as well. So using that document, you're going to answer these 3 questions that are on your paper. Then after we discussed why we want to stay neutral, we are going to discuss why we did get involved in the war. So we watched a short video on the Lusitania, basically saying how the Lusitania didn't drag us into the war, but kind of set the atmosphere that allowed us to get brought into this war. And then after that, we did look into the Zimmerman telegram, the document that does actually get the United States into the war. So you could read through this stuff here. We did actually talk about some conspiracy theories too, as to did the British receive this and they knew it would bring us into the war. So we talked about, is it possible that the British created this document in the first place just to send to the United States and claim that they got it from Germany? Because if you think about it, it could make sense. Mexico was in a civil war at the time, so it was pretty unlikely that they would ever even accept something like this. And also Germany was blockaded, so they wouldn't be able to actually send any help to Mexico. So there are a lot of good points that can be made. But at the end of the day, we do still want to say, whether it's real or not, this is going to be really the document that brings the United States into World War I. So following that information, there are 2 more documents I want you to read. So it's the same document, but you're just reading the bottom 2 sections now. And after reading it, you're going to answer the question, was Wilson's position of neutrality impossible to maintain during the war? So given all the things that happened, the sinking of the Lusitania and the Zimmerman telegram, do you think Wilson could have still convinced the American people and Congress to stay out of the war, or do you think it was impossible for him to do that at this point? So again, you're using all the information you know and those documents. And then at the end, there is the exit ticket as always. So good luck, and let me know if you have any questions.